Hello guys, welcome. We have another game. This time we have Louis again with us playing as the Rus in the color purple against Beastie in his signature color yellow playing as the Mongols. The Mongols are gonna get some updates. Actually, both of the civilizations that you see here are actually gonna get some big changes. So first, the Mongols are gonna get the Khan Hunters, which they didn't say what is it. They just say it comes with the deer stones, and it's really interesting. Mongols, obviously, very interesting civilization. A lot of people like to play the Mongol at first, just because of how cool they are. Like, I remember when I started the game, they were just really. I was blown away the fact that you can move buildings. Like, oh my god, like that's that was really creative. I felt that was a key moment when I just played Age of Empires 4 like a year ago, and it was like, oh man, this is totally different. This is just every civilization is so different from each other. I'm so happy I got this one. Meanwhile, the Rus also getting a big update, but it's not a new unit like the Mongols. It's gonna be a complete rework of the Rus system, and I still can't think what it is, to be honest. I still don't know. I just know that it needs some changes. I've said many times already, I don't think it's good game design. I think only Rus benefit from this type of bounty game where the other person either needs to go and deny the ships, and therefore deny the deer, and therefore you get less ships because you scout less area of the map, or you get delayed because you go for a second scout, not necessarily for more ships, but to deny the deer. So it's only a situation where only the Rus can win and the other player cannot, and I don't think that's good game design, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to the changes for the Rus bounty system. I'm really looking forward to. Now this matchup, obviously the Rus have different ways to play this, and Kremlin is gonna be right in this spot, next to the wood line, next to the gold, kind of protecting the stone. Actually, amazing spot for the Kremlin. No food though, but you don't always get the food near the base. And probably they're gonna go that second town center. Meanwhile, Beastie opting for going for pasture instead of the tower rush, just because, the Kremlin just makes it everything hard to... You can't tower rush. Some of the civilizations you shouldn't tower rush. It's English, opposite, because they can build ramps, and Rus because they have the Kremlin and they have the militia, and then it's just really hard. But it's going for an early pasture. I like that. I like that a lot. Like, it gives you a lot of extra time to collect the sheep. Like, the earlier you have them, the better, because you just use them right away, and it's food for the future. It's a good investment to have, like kind of like investing in the stocks and actually imagine going well. This is the kind of thing that you want to invest. So a very economic build, going up with a silver tree. So we're gonna see some traits. Oh, beautiful. I never noticed the tutorials here. Every time when I play the game, I don't know, I can't notice this type of details. But when you are casting the game, there are so many small details that you can see because you're more relaxed. Superior mobility is coming here, just to make sure the silver tree goes to the edge of the map really soon. And looks like Louis is not gonna go for a second town center. It's actually gonna go for stable to deny the trade. And I like that a lot. And Beastie going for stable himself, gonna get some knights of his own, some Keshiks. I'll be moving the trade to the edge of the map. Meanwhile, Scout trying to take down the Ubu. And the first knight is already in queue. We're gonna see it really soon. More scouts coming here, and unfortunately, Beastie won't be able to use double production on this one. So it's gonna be able to use only one Keshik. Now the Mongols is really hard to play. It's very hard to macro. Like, he's putting an outpost just to make sure, like you have to put the outpost, right? It's not like other ships where I can just put a wall here or whatever. And sometimes the location of the town center is not really in range of the gold, just because of, you know, these random positions that you can have. Actually, town center should have been here, closer to the stone, closer to the gold. But anyway, it is what it is. It's already there. Potentially move it, but outpost comes up at the right time. Beastie gonna be able to garrison some villagers, and the knight not gonna be able to find any villager kill. Meanwhile, Ubu still alive, so we're gonna see double Keshik coming soon. And this villager is gonna be building something. Never mind. Be mining, buying some gold. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what's Louis' plan. Double stable, he's heavily invested into cavalry. He knows how important it is to deny the trade. He needs those knights, and it is very it's very good for you if you kill a trader. That's a lot of resources. That's 60 wood, 36 gold, and you know, it's not only that, you're gonna produce too many of them at the beginning. So it's a huge win for Louis if he managed to deny those trades. So he knows he cannot go for that second town center just yet, otherwise he's gonna get delayed. Beast is gonna get an army, and then denying the trade is just gonna get harder. Blacksmith already there. It's like Louis looking forward to extend his feudal age as much as possible. More Keshiks are on the field. Looks like they're gonna actually go for a raid, and looks like the trader, it's gonna get spotted here. First trader of the game is down. That's a huge loss at the beginning. That's definitely a huge loss. Keshiks are already there. Now Keshiks are not really that strong. 145 health, 15 damage. I guess 190 health, 19 damage. So they are cheaper. So in theory, and with a double production, you should be able to have more Keshiks. In theory, but that will depend on how you manage your resources and everything. Obviously, these players know how to manage their resources. More pastures here. Looks like Beastie is not gonna be taking some risk. Like, not gonna go for the deer or anything. Another raid happening here. Louis already built a wooden fortress, so not gonna be able to worry that much about it. More Keshiks. It's gonna be cavalry only compositions. That's a nice charge. And Keshik numbers equal to the knight numbers, so he cannot take a fight yet. He needs some time to just, you know, make this number bigger, because in theory you should have more Keshiks. If you're gonna play that way, you should have more Keshiks. Trader's gonna be arriving with 73 gold. Gonna be an outpost here to protect the traders and boost their speed. Single scout here, watching all the traders that are coming, just to be sure. Like, you never know when the other player has stopped trading. Maybe he decides, hey, you know what? Like, it's hard for me to defend a trade. I'm not gonna trade, and you focus on your economy. And then your opponent thinks you're like you're trading, but you're not, and that's where things can spice things up a bit, where you just focus too much on the aggression, and the opponent wasn't trading at all. So, but in this case, Obviously, Beast is very happy with the trade going. Already 6 traders on the field. It's gonna be having plenty of gold. Let's take a look at the income per minute. More gold, meaning more keshiks. Meaning probably more pastures here. Not gonna risk it to go out on the deer with so many knights on the field. I already have an outpost here, so he can grab this one. Villagers not reacting on time. Gonna be losing one villager. This is really hard to play because you really need a lot of APM. You really need to check everywhere in the map where is the opponent. You need to check. You need to check where you're gonna defend. Like you need to defend those villagers. You need to check like where you're gonna defend your trades, and you need to check where you're gonna harass your opponent. So it's a lot of things going on for these guys. A number of keshiks is equal to the number of knights so far, so not very good for Beastie at the moment. However, trade looks like it's getting some healthy numbers. Already have 9. Let's take a look at Beastie's vision to check the outpost that he has. It's gonna build another outpost here just to boost the speed of the traders, also give some vision. Is he gonna go there for a raid? Looks like Louis will just react on time, not gonna be losing any villager. At the same time, Louis knows Beast is here and he's gonna go for some traders. Looks like he's gonna find a couple, probably more than a couple. And look at the split, he managed to just kill all those 3 traders at pretty much at the same time. At the same time, Beastie just raiding here and there, managed to get a villager kill. Like Louis, it's on the board, so it's gonna be having some idle time, but the number of knights here are just too many. He needs to pull back, and he's gonna be adding some spearmen on the mix, which is definitely the right call. You don't want to have this kind of equal fights against the same type of unit. Mix just a couple of those. You lose a little bit of mobility because these guys are slow. But if you manage to encounter some of them, then it's gonna be valuable. Especially if you just put them in... when you're gathering resources, you just put some spearmen there. And you just use the knights to raid. And the spearmen are just gonna do a really good job. Meanwhile, Beastie going for the berries. Not the best time when you need to eat berries at home. Last one, range armor. Just coming for Beastie. Louis already having those blacksmith upgrades. Gonna get that 3rd one now. And having that +1 melee attack definitely helps a lot in these kind of situations. +1 melee attack also coming for Beastie. More outposts coming here. And the number of traders starting to look really good. 12 already. May get into the point where it's kind of it's a situation where there's just too many traders and the Mongol economy just skyrocket. Trader gonna go down here, and looks like Beastie doesn't have enough units to deal with that. He's constantly harassing his opponent, but now the spearmans are here and he maybe lose some keshiks. What a wild game. What a wild game. It's just everyone harassing everyone. It's so hard to keep track of what's going on, guys. Boris gonna get denied at the moment. Keshik's gonna be healing themselves. That's a good thing about them. They can just stay here longer just because they can heal themselves. Spearman gonna be doing God's work here. More traders going down. And that's a huge loss. Beastie stopping the trade for the moment. He knows he can't let the trade go in, otherwise it's just gonna be really hard. And now goes into the base. Had so many spearmen here. Beastie already having 14 spearmen for himself. Ready to defend the trade against this number of knights. Now you need no more than 14 spearmen to deal with 20 something knights. So far, economic numbers for Beast is still ahead, despite losing quite a lot of traders. But it's not by a huge margin, and looks like Louis maybe thinking about a castle age. I already have a lot of food, plenty of gold, and that's where things are gonna get rough for Beastie. But Beastie is thinking the same. You know, great minds think alike. He's losing quite a lot of Keshiks on this run by, but at the same time, he needs to defend here. They already have plenty of spearmen. And this is a fight that is really hard to micro, because it's like, you just fight and I guess you just hope for the best. Spearmen go down here, and looks like Louis will be able to escape. At the same time, high trade house going up somewhere in this map. I cannot find it. There you go. Just right here. Now let's see how many trees you think are here. I would say 130 something, maybe. I'm not really a rules player, but I feel like I got the feeling like 130 something trees could be. Never mind, that's too optimistic. Maybe 60 something. Most likely I'm wrong. Those are two different opinions. Very, very different opinions. I cannot just go for 100 something trees to like 60, right? That's just not the way it works. Like, you need to stick to one idea. You cannot just say, oh, it's either 100 or 50 or 200. Any of those, I'm right? This is one of those situations where you increase your options so that you cannot say you were wrong. But anyway, we're gonna see it later. 29. Oh my god. It's not even. No, I cannot even guess, even when I'm cheating. I guess now we know which civilization we're gonna play next in those live streams. By the way, I'm streaming more often, guys. I'm streaming more often. We're doing more, not casted games. We're doing 1v1s, and hopefully, if I get better, I can give you better content. But for the meantime, embrace the intense training from hell that I'm going through. But anyway, let's get back into the game. Still 9 traders so far. Not the best time to trade, not the best time to arrive to castle, but you kind of have to. Not veterancy for these Keshiks yet. It's gonna be prioritizing the spearmen. Knights are already veterans, so they are gonna be doing a much better job. Finally, veteran spearmen are already here. But looks like the Knights are just doing such a good job, and looks like this is a fight that Louis is definitely winning. BC doesn't want to lose his army. Reminds like, let's fight under the Kurutai. And crossbows are already there into the mix of Beastie. Not enough units yet. At the same time, another raid happening here, but looks like Beastie already have some spearmen to deal with those knights. Looks like Beastie is gonna be switching to the spearman crossbow composition. He's gonna lose the mobility, but he's gonna be able to deal with pretty much everything that Louis has. Crossbows for Louis going up as well. But there is no heavy armor units coming up for Beastie, so most likely it's just range armor units so that you can save the wood for a potential farm transition. Let's take a look at Louis' base, how he's doing. We have a couple of archery range, monastery array there, grabbing the first relic. Looks like he's not thinking about... He still has plenty of food in the map, and there is a big wall coming here, so it's gonna be still using those natural resources for quite a long time. Meanwhile, Beastie, where we have plenty of pastures, a couple of barracks to archery range. It's just both players just mimicking each other. Like, gonna be aggressive, I'm aggressive. You're gonna switch compositions, I switch compositions. Like, it's just it's just so nice to watch these players play. I cannot even conceive what's in their brain right now, because I know there is a lot of depth that should be captured in this fight that I cannot see yet. I mean, these guys are just thinking like 10 moves ahead. Meanwhile, relics in favor of Louis. I already have 2. One more coming home. BC gonna prioritizing capturing the sacred site. Not the best time to do that. And some man-at-arms already out for BC. Looks like he's seeing a lot of spearmen coming up for Louis, and you know the best response is obviously man-at-arms. They do very, very good against spearmen. Kurultai is still at home. And knights. Looks like Louis also stopped the production of the knights, so he's gonna be moving to the infantry-only composition. That's a lot of spears, man. That's a lot of spears. And looks like there will be an engagement here. Louis is not pulling back for now. Kurultai deploy. Now all those units should be decide to fight under the Kurultai or not. Low attempt. Looks like it's gonna happen. Some units got converted. We don't see those every day. Nice low coming for BC. I mean, if there is a Wololo and you retreat all your units, you still get a lot of damage. That's the thing. Like, it's not only, oh, I will lose my units. It's like, yes, you may lose your units, but you're gonna lose them anyway if you retreat and the opponent keeps attacking instead of fighting, you know? Villagers building an outpost here. It's like BC gonna be able to react on time, and hopefully we will see some sprinkling placements coming soon. No siege for both players, so it's just gonna be a honorable fight. Kurultai, as always, cannot deploy. There you go, Kurultai finally there, and these guys are just gonna have +5 attack instead of plus. I think I believe it's +2. Yeah, +2. Instead of +2, I don't know what I'm talking about. More man-at-arms are already here, but there is just so many crossbows. Man-at-arms are just gonna be melted here. Sprinkling placements already there on those outposts. Let's talk about a little bit other resources. Louis, obviously securing this gold vein with this wall for now. And BC needs to secure this one. Now, you know, Mongols don't have access to keeps, so just gonna be relying entirely on denying that gold for Louis, and just praying that actually the trade gets better, because at this moment he still have villagers on gold, and it's just not the best situation to be in. Louis has been doing a really good job on dealing with that trade so far. More sprinkling placements coming somewhere. There you go. Gonna be having plenty of outposts just to defend the trade. At the same, that's a lot of crossbows. Range units are the ones that benefit the most from the Kurultai, just because you get so much damage and you also heal yourself. So I think even archers benefit the most as soon as you hit Castle Age and you get all those bonuses. They do really good even against heavy armor units. Do quite a lot of damage. Alright, what is this trait, sir? Are you keeping some for yourself? Looks like he's having another trait somewhere. There you go, 3 traits, and they're gonna be arriving with the right amount soon. Kurultai gonna get attacked. Looks like Louis will try to block the Kurultai. Horseman already on the mix. Spearman not in the right position, but there's plenty of crossbows here, so he should be able to deal with the horseman quite well. Sprinkling placement already there as well. Meanwhile, more spearmen coming for Beastie, as well as more crossbows. Just gonna be kiting with 30-something crossbows. And there you go. You got the guilty one here. First person to build a siege workshop. I mean, you need a mangonel. You need a mangonel at this point. Yeah, network are already there for BC, so these units are just gonna be faster. And Louis is fighting under the outpost, and the Kurultai gets deployed, meaning all these units are just gonna be having more attack. Have no choice but to retreat at this moment. The Mongols only win 7 with 7 traders so far. No, not the best trade. Not the best trade at this point in the game. Now Louis has stopped for a while because he's going for that farm transition. So it kind of like he stops the fight because he just don't have the food for it. He needs to go for those farms. So he's gonna be slowing down for a while, poking here and there until his farms are over. No need to go for a second town center at this point, I believe. I don't think it's gonna pay off. And Horseman is gonna be his choice to raid those traders. And 4 relics in the bank for Louis, so he's in a really good spot when it comes to the gold generation. It's just gonna be a really good spot if they take this to the late game. More crossbows coming here. And archers are on the mix for Louis, so they're actually gonna do a really good job against those crossbows. Meanwhile, Horseman going for a raid looks like he will find the jackpot here. Doesn't react on time, but looks like Beastie fighting for his life. No textiles yet for these villagers. He may be losing quite a lot. Actually, Louis have killed 44 villagers or traders at this point. And the number just keeps going. Horseman with dyslexia. He doesn't know what to do. Meanwhile, more sprinkles coming for Beastie. And at this point, the map is gonna just be filled with sprinkle emplacements. You can't raid here. I mean, a big army may take down those outposts, but just like a raid, you know, they do so much damage. Trader ready with 23 traders. Beastie recovering himself. And meanwhile, Louis had to go for a farm transition. Beastie already have plenty of pastures for him. 11 so far. Military Academy coming for Louis. Already have all the upgrades and have plenty of gold in the map. Probably thinking about an Imperial Age at this point. It's gonna be harassing, but more outposts are coming for Beastie. And Beastie aging up. 21 villagers is gonna be the White Stupa. Uvu gonna get burned down. Losing that passive stun generation. Springle's doing God's work here. And Beastie taking a fight where he's about to age up. Doesn't really need to, but looks like the trade is healthy at the moment. Despite the constant raids, there are too many outposts here. And the number of traders is looking really good. It's looking for elite crossbows. And we're gonna see Mangodai on the field. Now Mangodai, one of the best units on the Imperial Age. If you can do a run-by to your opponent's base with the Mangodai, with the upgrades, you know, with Imperial upgrades and everything, it's gonna be chaos. Like, they're just gonna run by. You don't need to micro, you just run. Run, and all the villagers are dead. It's like a... It's one of those ways to end the game as the Mongols, if you really manage to go there. And the Rus, the lack of stone walls, probably make it a possibility. Imperial Age already there. I actually didn't see which landmark he went for. Where is the landmark? Oh, there you go. Actually, never mind. It's the Spatskaya Tower. So he's gonna be securing the gold. And also, he's gonna be able to build some stone walls. We're not gonna see the crazy siege that the Rus have at the end game, where they have the better Springles, better Mangonels, better Bombards, better everything. It's just like amazing. It's not gonna be the high armory. Meanwhile, elite upgrades also coming for Louis. And BC also getting some for himself. Cannon emplacements is starting to happen now, and these cannon emplacements are actually, they can win you games, because while you can be pop cap, there is no limit to the number of cannons you can have in the late game. And because you can just put pretty much unlimited outposts with cannons with a white stupa, stone is pretty much like unlimited for you, then it's one of those situations where the cannon actually makes a huge difference. It's like Beastie attacking, but at the same time Louis going for a raid. Looks like he's gonna find those horsemen. These villagers are gonna be going down, unfortunately. At the same time, more horsemen here taking down those villagers. Kurultai not being able to deploy. Kurultai has been the clown on this game so far. Elite Mangudai coming soon. As well as Streltsy is coming up for Louis. One of the most deadly hand cannoneers in the game. Militia gets called to pull Beastie back. Be able to just have a few seconds left. And military numbers will just equal right now. For Architects coming soon. And now Siege Workshop are right there for Louis. Gonna be taking down those outposts. Meanwhile, the trade, 43 traders so far, looking really good. We don't see any Mangudai yet. Most likely he will be waiting for all those upgrades, incendiary arrows, and you know the I don't know what's the name of this. They give extra range to the Mangudai, but you need the stone one because it gives you extra one tile. There you go, incendiary arrows coming for Beastie. Meanwhile, biology going up for Louis. I mean, there's so many upgrades you need to get in the Imperial Age, and they are so expensive. So the good thing is you have plenty of gold coming for you. You gotta be careful with this base. No outposts are here, so those villagers that are gathering food, they're just gonna be really in danger, potentially. Mongol are already there. It looks like Beastie will be forced to pull back. Never underestimate how much damage a Mangonel can actually do. More traders going down. It looks like archers will go for a raid here. Cannon already here for Louis, gonna be taking down those outposts. Another fight where the Kurultai finally gets deployed. Streltsy just too good at the moment. Incendiary arrows, it's gonna finish soon. Gonna be buffing all those crossbows attack. Let me see how much more they do. +9, okay. Decent amount. Should have a +10 with the last upgrade. Elite Man at Arms coming up for Beastie. Outpost gonna get some cannon emplacements here. You have to deal with this cannon. There you go. Cannon gets pulled back. You know what? I also have a cannon for myself. Elite Army Tactics just finishing for Louis, and he's getting pretty much all blacksmith upgrades, as BC not having is even in Feudal Age blacksmith upgrades, he's prioritizing those Imperial Age upgrades first, like elite army tactics and incendiary arrows. And at this point, if he survives with a lot of cannon emplacements, he really can have a good time. Villager gonna go to repair the bombard. Looks like he's gonna arrive on time. And the problem is you need to deal with this thing. Otherwise, your opponent is just gonna be gold forever. He still have plenty of gold here. That's a very smart thing that Louis is doing. He's saving the gold safe at his base. And he's actually mining gold, the one that is exposed. Looks like this kind of may potentially go down. Managed to run away. And this kind of looks like it's going down. That's a huge loss. You never want to lose a cannon in the Imperial Age. At the same time, Louis trying to snipe Beastie's cannon. Same fight happening here next to the woodline. Villagers just living the time of their life there. And Beastie losing quite a lot of military units. Streltsy just melting everything that you see here. It's just too much going on. See if I can find without the UI where it's happening. There you go. Amazing trade. That's a huge line. More cannons coming for BC. The more cannons you have, the easier it will be for you to defend against those infantry units. The problem is these outposts are not, are not exactly the best on defense, but yeah, they go down very, very fast. But you have infinite cannons, so hopefully one of them will work on your favor. A couple of cannons are already there for Louis, so he's gonna be taking down all these outposts. It looks like main push for Louis in this area. The other one is just pretty much a distraction, It is a distraction. And with the infinite gold that you have from the traders, and the infinite, not infinite, but there's quite a lot of gold that is being gathered here. Bot players are just gonna be pumping units non-stop. Now, 2 cannons and 1 mangonel. It's a deadly composition. No sprinkles for BC. He's making a couple of those. And the trade most likely in trouble. That's a juicy trade line. That's a juicy trade line. Cannons just taking down production. And Streltsy. Beautiful shot, guys. Beautiful shot. These guys are just... They're just gonna keep pushing here. And this is the moment where if the trade gets denied, it's gonna be really hard for BC to make a comeback. At the same time, all this time Sacred Victory has been approaching. 5 minutes left, so there's on top of everything, you need to worry about something else. One sacred site under the walls, another sacred site very close to the opponent's base, and this one have a wooden fortress here. So you're gonna have to invest a lot if you want to pick up the sacred site. But if you send your units there, like your other areas are just gonna get exposed, because this is how Imperial Age works. You have limited amount of infantry units. So if you flank in different positions, if you attack in different positions, then you force your opponent to split the army. And when he splits, he doesn't have this same army power, so you can just push into the area that he has less army units, and that's where you finally break into the base. And while Louis hasn't sent any infantry unit there to harass Beastie, he still The only possibility for him is this. It's going here. Like, he has to go there, and this man-at-arm is just not gonna make it. He will realize there's actually a wooden fortress there, and I need to send a lot of army. And this is a really tricky position, because if you send your army there to decap the sacred site, then the other army is gonna kill you here. But at the same time, if you don't send it, you're gonna lose the game in 3 minutes 40 seconds. Meanwhile, Mangonels gonna be dealing quite a lot of damage to those hand cannoneers. Managed to dodge the Mangonel shot, but more Mangonels are coming for Louis. 3 already on the field, and Beastie with only 50 military units. Having, I guess he's like suffering from success at this point because he has so many economic units. Look at his economy. Look at the number of stone he has. He can just build unlimited outposts. Kurultai gonna be going down, most likely. Now Beastie goes for a bombard, and Louis is securing this sacred site victory with a keep. Beastie in a really tough spot, and Louis just pushing with a couple of bombards. That's not an army that you can't ignore. Like, you have to keep fighting here. Another potential entry point could be this one, but how do you go there? It's just too hard. Mangonels with extra health. They're gonna need 3 shots to go down. More cannon emplacements coming for Beastie, but he doesn't have military units. He's down to 153 pop with great economy, but has not much things to do with this. It's just so much stone, so much gold. And the problem is the outposts are just not there, and look, Beastie taps out. Well played by these two players. I hope you enjoyed this match, and I will see you in the next one.